It was a Saturday evening, and I came home earlier than usual. The moment I stepped through the door, I noticed something unusual. My wife, Megan, standing in front of the mirror in our bedroom, wearing a red dress I had never seen before. It wasn't just the dress. It was the way she wore it. Her makeup was heavier than normal, her perfume filled the room, and her smile was the kind you don't give your husband anymore when the marriage is in trouble. I leaned against the doorframe and asked casually, "Where are you going?" She froze for half a second before answering, "Out with the girls. You know, just a fun night out." Her tone was too light, her eyes darting away from mine. After years together, I knew when Megan was lying. I looked at the dress again. It wasn't something you wore for a casual night with friends. It was a dress meant to turn heads, meant for someone to notice. "Which girls?" I asked quietly. She hesitated, fumbling with her earrings. Jenny, Claire. You don't know all of them." Her voice cracked slightly, and that was all the confirmation I needed. I had already seen the signs over the past weeks. Late nights, unexplained messages, the sudden bursts of secrecy. "Megan," I said firmly, "look me in the eye and tell me you're going out with your girlfriends." She avoided my gaze, grabbing her clutch instead. "Why are you acting paranoid? Can't I have a little fun without an interrogation?" That's when my chest tightened, and the truth hit me like a wave. She wasn't dressing up for her friends. She was dressing up for someone else. I stepped closer, my voice calm but heavy. "If you leave in that dress, don't bother coming back." Her hand froze on the doorknob. Slowly, she turned to face me. Her face was pale, her eyes wide. You don't mean that." "I mean every word," I said. "That dress isn't for me. And it isn't for your friends. If you walk out wearing it, then you've already made your choice. And I'll make mine." For a long moment, silence filled the room. I could see her wrestling with her own guilt, her lips trembling. Finally, she dropped her clutch onto the floor and sat on the edge of the bed, her head in her hands. "I don't know why I did this," she whispered. "Because you wanted something you thought you didn't have," I said, my voice steady. "But what you don't realize is that once trust is broken, nothing else matters." Tears streamed down her cheeks. "Are you really going to throw everything away like this?" I shook my head slowly. "No, Megan. You did that the moment you chose lies over loyalty. I'm just refusing to pretend anymore." She sobbed quietly, the dress now looking like a costume of regret instead of desire. I left the room, leaving her with her reflection, the same reflection that had once smiled with love but now stared back with shame. That night, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't beg. I simply set the boundary that should have never been tested. And when I closed the bedroom door behind me, I knew one thing for certain. Sometimes, love ends not with a fight, but with a single sentence that draws the line between dignity and betrayal.